welcome to Kidmissing TV. I'm your host, Angelina Wilson, and this is the case. Just going to double check that I have these in order. Yep. The bus stop John Does. These two young men were waiting at a bus stop when a car pulled up, shot and killed them both. I say young men, they were kids. In 1992, it was around 8:15 p.m. on the 19th of July, 1992. Two Hispanic teenagers. Neither boy had any identification, and no one has ever come forward to identify or claim their remains. How do you have two boys, unless their families were illegal, say they were born here but mom and dad were illegal and couldn't claim them? Hold on. I'm sorry. Nobody was there. It's kind of the usual. The bus driver confirmed the boys had been passengers on his bus. And this says what I said. Well, they presumed the boys to be illegal, but I don't think so. They are both recognized, but strangely no one knew their actual names. The bus driver said they hadn't been on that route before, that he recalled. They weren't regulars on his route. They paid him in cash, which I think you usually do unless you have a bus pass. They're thinking that someone was being initiated to a gang, and that's why they were shot. The older boy was killed instantly. The younger of the two lingered until the 28th. He regained consciousness briefly but was unable to communicate due to intubation, and he died from his injuries shortly after. Why did you give him a piece of paper? Even if he wrote in Spanish. You got cops that speak Spanish and read Spanish. There are post-mortem images. As you can see in the poster, these are recreations, not post-mortems. They have dental records and fingerprints. The dentals alone should tell you whether they were illegal, because the quality of the work is not going to be up to the American standard. Killing, that's perfect. Yeah, that's better. So that should have told you, but the intersection was 1498 East Vernon Avenue. They did cremate them, so DNA is out of the question. They weren't even thinking about DNA, and they should have been. It was 1992, but the shooter's vehicle was described as a large navy blue car with a white top. Okay, the bus route the boys were waiting for, so they got off one bus and they were getting on another bus. It was servicing the Los Angeles 105 route. I don't know exactly. Okay, the 105 bus, direction Vernon to Santa Fe, has 83 stops departing from Division 7 layover and ending in Vernon Yard. Okay, if you know that, please share, because I don't have a freaking clue. Okay, it says the murder was solved. And there are no rule-outs for the younger doe. There was one rule-out for the older doe, Michael Miranda, who went missing from Porterville, California on July 13th, 1992. He was last seen going for a solo hike with no supplies. If you have any information in this case, again, this person says, how can anybody, all the people that were familiar with him, not know the name? Well, for me, I know faces, I don't know names. I do terrible with names. So I think, and the bus driver sees so many people that, yeah, those faces are vaguely familiar. So I don't even, bus driver, that doesn't even cross me at all, because he sees too many people. As far as okay, let me try to give you a description. The first of the does was thought to be between 13 and 19 at the time of the death. He stood 5'6" and weighed 170 pounds, dark hair, brown eyes, faint facial hair, and a dark complexion. The only notable markings on the body was a scar on the left thigh and hip. Wearing a plain t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers. The second doe was thought to be slightly younger than the first, somewhere between 12 and 17. Based on their slimmer build, they stood at 5'6", which would be the same height, and weighed 128 pounds. They also had dark hair and brown eyes. Why are they calling them they? Though the complexion was lighter than the older doe. This person, I hate saying they, had a scar on the upper right arm. They were wearing a plain t-shirt, jeans, tennis shoes, and a black Casio watch. Okay, if you have any information in this case, you can call the LAPD Newton Division at 323-846-6556, 323-846-6556. Or you can call the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office at 323-343-0512. That's 323-343-0512. They are in NCIS, they are in NamUs. It's actually quite sad. The two little boys were simply at the bus stop. Like I said, I think it's more likely that their family may have been illegal rather than the boys themselves. I think police need to come out and say, look, we don't care whether you're illegal. We won't ask your status. Just please, if these are your sons, you need to come forward so that we can give them back to you and you can bury them. And they need to put posters in Spanish all over the place. They need to put posters in Spanish in Mexico in case the family went home, or families. I don't know why they keep saying they and their. It should be his and he. But anyway, it's so hard to read when they do that. And it's so wrong. We're talking about two normal males. Anyway, please, if you know anything, call. because these boys deserve their name back. Or names. Thank you so much for joining me. Please join me next time here on Kidmissing TV. Check out some of my other videos. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time.